I hope you're ready.
This is Unbridled Thoughts.
We want to hear what you have to say.
Welcome back to Unbridled Thoughts. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Ren, and you better grab the mane and hold on tight because there's no reins in Unbridled Thoughts.
All right, well, here we go again with our second round of
Fish Dish Fess. We love this segment because we get to hear from you, the people.
Yes,
the
it's so
listeners.
exciting to engage with everybody.
I am too. And we like to get to know you all too. And we feel like we have a connection with you too.
Yeah, I love it so much. All right, girlfriend, you're kicking it off today.
Oh, with our
Fish.
Our fish. Okay.
You're kicking it off with the fish, baby.
So our fish was an email that Sheila sent, and she was asking for tips on what we call in the industry called hair fall, or what is more commonly known as hair loss. So we are hearing from a lot of people, but also women that are experiencing hair fall that they've never had before. And so you have natural shedding, but this is going to look more like a lot of shedding on your pillow when you wake up in the morning, maybe spacing spots of hair either on the temples or behind the head where you're losing hair, or when you're taking a shower and it's kind of coming out more in clumps.
And just, I think overall, just hair thinning.
Yes.
Because it is common. I experience this. I'm sure you experience this. Like, it seems like all of my clients, and I read it and I can't remember any of the scientific terms, but it's fall and spring. There's always a major fall. So you will get a lot of, losing your hair during that time as your hair dies out and regrows. And there's just something about summertime and wintertime and dang, I'm messing this all up. No. Never mind. I quit because I can't do words today.
No, Sarah, don't quit.
I'm off.
No, it's good.
Anyways, we do have the tendency to have those moments. So if you're seeing overall thinning or spots where there's hair loss, that's when it becomes an issue.
Mm-hmm. And that's when we kind of need to take a look at a few things. So one thing it can be is possibly a mineral or vitamin deficiency.
Yes.
So for that, you're going to want to talk to your practitioner and maybe do a blood panel or a mineral panel and see if there's anything that you're missing or you could be getting too much of.
Exactly. It could be both. I know during COVID, I learned this accidentally because I ended up getting COVID December 2020. I laughed and said it was the year I almost escaped COVID.
Oh, no.
And I pretty much lived off of Coca-Cola and zinc. And come March, that happened in December that I was sick. And then come March, my hair was like thicker and fuller than it's ever been like in years. Because when I had the thyroid issue, I lost all my hair. My hair was so thin and junky looking. Still not fully back, but it's pretty good. I'll take it. I'll keep it.
Hair.
And I was like, dang, like what was it? And then it came out in the industry, they did all the research that zinc was like the number one cause of hair loss. So, and that's why a lot of people were losing their hair in COVID is because they were actually very low in zinc.
Okay, so a deficiency of zinc could cause the hair loss.
Deficiency of zinc. Sorry, I didn't make that very clear. So I loaded up on zinc. I mean, I lived off of zinc while I was sick. And come March, my hair was good. And so I kind of accidentally came across that. And then I heard about the study that they had done. So I know a lot of people were recommended to take biotin. Biotin never worked for me. Then doing more research, you find out it really doesn't help with like the hair actually creating new hair growth. But it helped like the protein in your hair, making it thicker so it can get longer. If that makes sense. Am I wrong?
Sense. No. And some people can't process biotin. And when we can usually tell if someone can't process biotin because their skin starts to break out. As estheticians, that's what we see. We can't diagnose you with that, but usually if we go through kind of a gambit of questions that we ask people when we see they're getting breakouts. One of them actually is, are you taking a zinc supplement? Because zinc is great for the skin, and deficiency can a symptom of a deficiency can also be breakout activity. But if they're taking biotin and they're breaking out, they may have a hard time breaking that down. So an alternative we suggest, and of course they have to talk to a medical professional, is to take selenium and folic acid together instead.
Yeah.
And for those people that, are missing that part that kind of breaks it down, selenium and folic acid together, they marry really well in that body type.
Yeah. That's a good suggestion. I always forget about that little trick.
And then something that it could be a contributing factor is stress. And that's something we want you guys to know is if you're experiencing hair fall, if it's stress related, the last thing that, it's easy for us to say this, but the last thing you're going to want to do is stress about it, because that is going to make it worse.
Just don't stress.
Just don't stress. I know. So easy. So easy.
Stop the stress already.
But if you want to know, problem solved. But if you want to know what's happening biologically, it's very interesting because our brains are always in a constant state of survival to keep us alive. A lot of our listeners in the past, or a lot of our guests in the past, have called it monkey brain, or lizard brain. You've got that part of your brain that's trying to keep you out of danger. So if you are in a regular job and you're feeling really stressed out, you understand what's going on and you know what's happening. You have that awareness. But your biological part of your brain only knows what you're telling it. It's like a computer program. So if you're under a lot of stress, your heart rate's up, your cortisol's up, your body might think, are we about to get eaten by like a tiger or something? What is happening? So what'll happen is when you're under a lot of stress and your adrenals are under a lot of stress, your body will send adrenaline through the body. Almost like if you can think of like a pinball machine, and the ball, that silver ball, is your adrenaline, and the plunger pulls back, bing, bing, ding, 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 and it bounces off your kidneys, bounces off your body, and it starts to send signals to your stomach to shut down. We don't want to be in a position where we're going to be vulnerable. So don't poop. No pooping. No getting pregnant. Nothing where you're going to be in a position you're vulnerable, because this thing is going to chase us. It could get to us. And then your body also sends all of the blood, or majority of the blood, from the top of your head all the way down into your quads and your hamstrings, into your legs. So you're ready to run at any point. Now, if you're under a lot of stress for a long period of time, your adrenals can get a little stressed out. We call that adrenal fatigue. And you start to see that lack of circulation at the top of the head kind of causes that hair fall.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. So you do kind of have to do little things to remind your body, hey, we're safe, we're okay. So that could be mindfulness, meditation, a little self-massage, a little self-care. That sort of eases that kind of lizard brain to kind of get that circulation back up to the top of the head.
Yeah. And there are, they talk about massage and, manipulation to the scalp too that can help.
Yeah, one of them actually, if you guys remember when we did our interview with Leaf, he talked about Ayurveda. And there is an awesome oil called Amla oil, and the protocol is Amla oil and a massage that is called Marma points. And your Marma points are points that start in the middle of your forehead and go up along the top of your head all the way to the back of your neck, the nape of your neck. And you can Google this, Google the Amla points, and see how to do this self-massage. And if you do it with the Amla berry oil, it helps that growth as well. It's kind of like a natural alternative because there are a lot of treatments for hair fall that involve hormones. And not everybody can take that. Some people it's great for them, but for some people, they're more sensitive to hormones. So if y'all want to watch a video and kind of get to know more about that, but I did some research, and the product that stood out for me is a company called Nat Habit. And they created the Amla oil with other properties. It's super clean. There's no fragrance. There's no chemicals. And you can even see like the plant infused in the bottle when I ordered it to kind of test it out. And then you can also get it with a neem comb, which neem is great for hair growth. It's great for your teeth. And that's the other thing we're finding now too, is we kind of went away from combs that were made out of like bone or wood or even crystal. And we've kind of gone into this world where a lot of our combs and brushes are plastic. And plastic and rubber create a lot of heat and a lot of static, which can dry the hair out and break it, especially in the wintertime. So going for a more natural comb and more natural tools, it really helps, and it gets energy up into the scalp too.
Back to the good old boar brush.
Back in the good old days. And then you can also see your local esthetician or massage therapist or dermatologist for help too with non-invasive treatments like high frequency or red light therapy.
We also need to remember too that hair loss like that can be a warning from the body that there's something else going on. Like I did lose a lot of hair and thyroid. So anytime or with my thyroid issue, so anytime I would have a client when I did hair, on my chair that all of a sudden they started getting hair loss, my first thing is, what are your other symptoms? This could be a thyroid issue, or this could be PCOS, or, something else where there's an imbalance of the hormones can cause hair loss.
Yeah. And also traction alopecia. So this could be from tight ponytails, a protective style that maybe is done tightly, and you'll start to notice hair fall more along like the front of the head where your hair is being pulled too tight for too long. So sometimes that's just an adjustment. Is there different ways you can wear your hair up? Something besides, the messy bun. Maybe play around with like some little clips or twists, or do like a little like faux French twist just to change up where that pull point is happening to your hair over and over again. Or doing your research and looking for a lockist or a braidist that's really well trained. Do you want to say something, producer?
No, y'all.
You were looking at...
No, I am, but y'all as the current hairstylist, Sarah's a hairstylist, but she doesn't do it really anymore. Not that she doesn't know anything. She knows a lot more than I do, probably.
No.
I tell people when they're worried, a lot of people are worried. A lot of people are worried for nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. But it's always tell them is like, well, if you keep I sometimes don't notice anything at all if they're regular clients. But I always tell them a lot of things you talk about, asking about the ponytails and stuff. That's because if they're doing it too tight, that can make your hair break off. And you always, for me as a hairstylist, I gotta ask, is it coming out the scalp, or is it breaking off mid shaft? Because if it's mid shaft, that's them not taking care of their hair. That's using too high heat, things like tight ponytails, like you were saying, things like that. But I always just tell them, it's like, I can't diagnose you because I'm not a doctor, but have you checked your thyroid? Are you on any new medications?
Right.
Things like that.
Yeah.
And of course, stress. I mean, we always joke, don't be stressed. Yeah, okay, sure. It's like, it's only that easy. But I always just tell them, always just check with next time you go for your whatever, check your annuals or whatever, or if you notice, you think it's getting worse, check with your doctor, because it's more than likely something internally going on. If it's something on my end, it would be breakage. That wouldn't even really be my end. That would be,
I mean, even a lot of, we would get blamed for, my hair is breaking off or whatever. But I will tell you a personal story. I was blonde. I started going blonde early because this girl's got white hair. Okay. And I always said I'd rather be a trashy blonde than an old lady in my 20s. Okay. I'm in my 40s. I still feel the same.
We call it sparkled.
I'm in my 40s. I still feel the same exact way. But when I got pregnant with Kingston, when those hormones start hitting, you get like this like crazy wild hair up your booty. And I decided I wanted to go back to being brunette. So I had a friend help me put brown on my hair because I was just like tired all the time. And it literally fried my hair. I tried to blame it on Redken. So I don't like Redken. And she uses Redken. But really and truly what I think happened was, I think it was my hormones. I think literally my hormones, like the imbalance of it. But that's such a rare, uncommon occurrence where putting a darker color, filling those cuticles back up, do you have your hair fry off? That's a blonde thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And my hair was long, thick, and healthy. And all burned off. Then I had a thyroid issue, and then it all fell out. So early 30s, there was no winning for losing. But yeah, I mean, hormones can do a lot of damage to your hair. So if you are losing hair, or your hair just feels drier, there could be, other factors.
Yeah, and there's more hormones than just testosterone and estrogen.
Right.
And there's more hormones that do lots of things in the body, including hair. So there's a hormone that tells the hair to grow, a hormone that tells the hair to fall out, and a hormone that says, hey, don't fall out quite yet. But that third hormone, sometimes it gets blocked. So that's where like Rogaine and other hormone shampoos will kind of either placate that hormone or sort of stimulate it or calm it down.
Yeah.
And usually Rogaine, though, if you start taking that, you got to take it like
You're stuck doing it.
for the rest of your life. For the
Yeah.
hair, like you stop, it'll be like bye.
Yeah. I mean, definitely try to go with the natural alternatives, but if you're fighting your own body, there's just nothing you can do about it.
And if you just had a baby and you lost a lot of hair, do not stress about it. That's very
that's
normal.
Totally natural.
You have to remember when you're pregnant, especially your third trimester, you have twice as much blood running through your entire body. That's a lot of circulation. That's going to stimulate a lot of hair growth. Plus your prenatal vitamins. You're so rich in vitamins and supplements and folic acid at that time. So once the baby comes and your hormones start to balance out, you're going to shed hair. That's normal.
Yeah.
I always tell them pregnant ladies, I always tell them 9 times out of 10, it always comes back.
It always comes back.
Oh,
yeah.
And it might come back a different texture.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it.
I've experienced that. All 4 kids, my hair came back a different
I've
texture.
totally seen it happen. So, but hey, rather
the
come back a
weirdest
different
thing.
texture than not come back at all.
Yeah.
And even after my thyroid fall, my hair is different now than it's a different texture than it's ever been.
It's a nice texture now.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right.
I like. And do you have a fish? Do you have a question you want to ask us? Advice or things you want us to answer? You can email us at
unbridledthoughts143@gmail.com.
That's it.
and we read them.
And you can message our Facebook inbox, I think. I assume these pages have inboxes. And I think Instagram has one. All our socials, you
Yeah,
should be
our
able
socials
to message.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to message.
The only app we have an issue with is if you, and I don't even know how we had that message come through to Buzzsprout itself.
Yeah. We had one come through, but we couldn't figure out how to respond. So
We can't respond to
if
you.
it's you, thanks.
Yeah, we had a really
we
sweet
appreciate
family.
it. It was very
Yes.
nice. It was very
Yes.
nice, but it would not.
Little
none of
Miss
us
St.
could figure it
Augustine,
out.
we appreciate you. We love you.
St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, we are. But Buzzsprout is our launch platform. But if you want to contact us directly, if you could do our Gmail, that would be fantastic.
I think I might know who it is at St. Augustine.
Oh.
If it's you, thank you.
That's cool.
But we don't out you on the air. Well,
Yeah. But everything else, our socials, you could write us, you can email us, you could reach out to us. We're findable. Definitely find us. Well, we did have somebody reach out to us with a funny little confession. So this is the one that we are going to be using today.
And do know that if you send us a fess and you want it to be anonymous, you let us know. Honestly, we're not even going to say someone's name unless they ask us.
No, this one is I'm keeping it anonymous.
Yeah.
But it caught my attention because it was a 19-year-old boy.
Oh.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. That is a hard age, 19.
He did leave his name, but we're going to keep him anonymous. So he says, I'm a 19-year-old virgin. I grew up in a very strict religious household. I was homeschooled, so I lived a somewhat sheltered life. I never had a girlfriend, and I haven't really seen much nudity. Anyways, our church was doing a door knocking and handing out of flowers to invite people to our Labor Day barbecue. We were at an apartment complex, and we were doing the 2-person team. And I was teamed up with the pastor's wife. We were walking down a breezeway, and there was a big gust of wind, and it blew one of the flyers out of her hand, so she gave chase. When she went to pick up the flyer, another gust of wind came through and lifted her dress up over her butt, like all the way to her mid-back.
This is a big old gust of wind.
She was wearing underwear, but they bunched up and kind of pulled over. So I saw her pubic hair.
She got a wedge? Little wedgie?
A part of her vagina and her winky hole.
Her winky hole?
I mean, how do you not tell the story with the winky hole?
Change approved. Mine will forever be my winky hole.
So I guess he got winged at?
Maybe. You got blown a kiss.
She quickly stood up and pulled her dress back down, so I only saw it for a second. But ever since then, I have been pleasuring myself to the mental image of her private parts. I feel really guilty about it, but I can't seem to stop doing it.
Well, that is definitely a fest, but we listen and we don't judge.
Hey, buddy, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
Spank bang for a reason.
Yeah, it's a spank bang for a reason.
Yeah. Well, and psychologically, it's been proven that things that wire together fire together.
Yeah.
So if you see something in a state of arousal,
Yeah.
If you see, if you visualize that thing again,
Yeah,
you may have a state of
that's gonna
arousal.
be it. Yeah. And I think a little bit of that taboo, you know what I mean, is also like extra pleasurable sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, that was just a chance happening, you know.
Forbidden fruit.
Yeah. Your pastor's wife.
Oh my gosh, I hate to take this like such a granny place after that exciting story. I learned recently that the Duchess of Wales, she wears those like really beautiful like full skirts. And when she's walking, even if the wind's blowing, you never see her skirt blow up. And it's because Princess Diana taught her to she sews washers in the hem of her skirt. Isn't that cool?
Oh, yeah.
So
No
you can
Marilyn
avoid a
Monroe
winky
moments
hole
for her, though,
incident.
huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So I mean, I'm like, like you're young. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't beat yourself up.
Yeah. And you all...
Oh my gosh, what I just said. Oh no.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. Oh my gosh.
Wink, wink.
Winky the wink.
But, like with everything, if you're finding that it is starting to affect your day-to-day life, if you're finding that you are not able to focus and things like that, that's time to take a step back and breathe. And,
Hey, we've all been at these
Yeah.
moments. Remember when I accidentally flashed the cop in Atlanta? Slid out of the driver.
Yeah, no, I don't. We're not supposed to talk about that. So,
Remind us of the story.
I don't remember. I blocked that out.
You were behind me. You didn't see it, but you knew it happened.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Well,
I got the back view.
the cop saw it that day.
The cop might be the guy writing in. I saw this lady get out of the cab, went to the Uber one time, and then she flashed me. Now I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh my gosh, that'd be hysterical email.
We'll go find that cop.
Yeah.
I don't know what he looked like.
I related with the story. I was like, this sounds familiar. I'll go ahead and share it.
Yeah.
Probably made that cop's night. It wouldn't make mine if I'd been that cop. I'd be like, yeah, all right.
I mean, there could be much worse things that could have happened that night, I'm sure, that he saw.
Well, you have to share the story.
There was not much of a story. We
Yeah.
were out in Atlanta, and we had the driver. And Chris and I were sitting in the back seat. And when I went to go slide out, my heel caught on the little step.
Oh, yes. Okay, I remember this.
And I was wearing a little short skirt.
Yeah.
And, yep.
Yeah.
What is the word for that? There's like a little saying. Dang it, Jim. I'm so bad at these things.
Is it lip slip?
No, isn't it? What is it? Where you like, where you spread your legs open? There's a word.
Spread eagle.
Spread eagle, yeah.
Oh.
Totally spread eagle, the poor guy. Because my legs went out.
Oh, because your foot got stuck and you were trying to like lift your foot out of the stuck
It
part.
just literally, like, you know, when you're going down and you're like stepping down of a high vehicle,
Yes.
you know what I mean? And then your foot gets, so my one foot got stuck and the other foot flared out to try to catch me.
Yes.
It's like 100%.
It happened.
And we were way higher than him. So as it was happening, it was like eye level. He was like eye level with it. He was sitting in like a lower car, you know.
You might have seen your winky hole.
There's a good chance.
That's okay. You probably made his night.
I'm saying, make mine.
There's like a good chance.
I'm sure like Uber drivers and personal drivers see so much.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably not the craziest thing he's seen in his
It was,
career.
Uber, it was the cop though, it wasn't Uber driver.
Yeah, I flashed the cop.
The cop when we got outside, because we're in downtown Atlanta, so there's always cops around.
Yeah, there is always cops around. Yeah.
And he pulled up. The guy pulled up literally. My door was like opened my door, and I'm like eye to eye with the cop, but I was
This
up higher.
story just got so much funnier in my mind.
You were there.
I know, but I totally
She
forgot
was
about
busy
this.
flirting with our Uber.
Oh yeah.
What was it from? We were having a good conversation. It was like a great philosophical conversation.
Well, Ren will have the tendency. We always stick Ren in the front seat of the Ubers because Ren will like be best friends with them.
Oh yeah, you know when their kids' birthdays are.
Oh, right? Yeah, she's
Oh, yeah.
sending them Christmas cards, and me and Sarah just sit back there in our own world, and Ren will be out there making a new best friend.
I know, and the introverts never want to sit up front with a driver, especially if there's
Heck no.
three. Yeah, so I will.
She takes one
always-
for the team.
That's
I'll take
right.
one for the team.
Yeah, you do it all
But
the
I
time.
miss all the exciting stuff. Well, that cop probably got a great show, and I'm sure that's not the craziest thing that cop has ever seen.
Probably not. Being a cop in Atlanta, probably
Oh
not.
gosh,
Yeah.
could you imagine?
Probably not the craziest thing he saw that night.
Oh
Yeah,
no, I'm.
not
He
even,
probably
you know.
forgot about it. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he looked straight over too as I like slipped. I was eye level with him. That's all I'm saying, okay? Because I was like trying to catch myself on the chair.
That's hysterical.
I hadn't quite got my other foot down to the ground. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was at the reggae place that didn't play reggae.
Yeah, the non-reggae club.
Yeah.
And then we have a dish for you, and I was excited to share this with y'all. So recently I did a celery cleanse, which has been very interesting. It's just something that Sarah had done before, and she and I were talking about it. She's been giving me tips about it, so I've been trying it. And one of the things that you can't have while you're on it, there's a few, it's not like a weight loss thing. It's just to kind of cleanse your liver and your organs and things like that, just like a nice reset. So there are things you want to avoid. So like fried food, cheese, and the other thing you want to avoid is coffee, which was hard because I love having a latte in the morning. I love supporting our local coffee shops. And it's not necessarily the caffeine. It's just the taste of it, and like it really is like a great way to start your morning. You know what I mean? So one of the things that was recommended while you're on this cleanse is dandelion tea, especially like roasted dandelion tea, because it's great for your liver. Well, I tried to make it with water. Y'all, it is more bitter than your ex. Like, oh my gosh, so bitter. And so I was like, God, how can I like counteract this bitterness? So I was
What brand did you get of tea?
it's like it's that real holistic natural one. It's I could see it's a white box with a green
I think
word.
it says wellness or something like that.
Yeah,
Great
and
one.
like I'm always trying to look at ingredients. I always try to avoid like artificial colors, natural
Yeah.
flavors as much as I can. And that brand is literally just the plant.
Yeah, I've tried that one. Yeah, it is pretty bitter.
Yeah. So I was like, well, let me try to cut out the bitterness by making a latte. So I just heated up almond milk in the microwave, and then I put the tea bags in there and let that steep. And I think I threw like some stevia or some monk fruit in it to sweeten it. Y'all, it tasted just like a latte because
Yeah.
it's so bitter.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
And it was like I didn't miss it at all.
Yeah.
So just heads up, if you are looking to cut out coffee, but you miss that taste, or if you're going through a cleanse and just trying to do a little reset, that's a great
that's
hack.
great. I love dandelion tea. I drink it often, but I've just gotten used to the bitterness. I guess it doesn't bug me too much.
It's so good for you. I didn't realize all the properties that dandelion has.
It's so good for you. Yeah. So how do you feel on your celery juice cleanse?
I feel good. I'll be done with the first series of the celery juice in about 4 days, and then I think I take 2 weeks off, right? And then I do another month of it, another 30 days of it.
Have you noticed anything?
So I've noticed my stomach is a little bit flatter.
Yeah.
Which is great. My clothes are fitting better.
Yeah.
And I've noticed my energy level goes up and down, kind of depending on where I am with it. So I haven't like changed my caloric intake necessarily, but there are days when you can kind of feel like, ooh, like something's working itself out. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely more hydrated, which is good, you know. And I can kind of tell things are sort of like my body's flushing different things, you know.
Yeah.
Just like the way my skin is looking, and just like when I get up in the morning and have like that first glass of water, you're like, oh, it's definitely cleanse. Here we go. But I, for a while, was like, I feel like I'm wasting a lot of the celery pulp. So I started putting it in a freezer bag and freezing it. And so when I get done and I have like 2 freezer bags full of the pulp, I'll make like a big soup and just meal prep with that. And that has like really cut a lot of costs. So I was looking for a recipe to do it for the second round, and I ended up on TikTok. And I did not know this, but there's a lot of people on TikTok that do the no waste thing, which is kind of cool. So like if they don't waste anything, any scraps from cutting vegetables, they save them and put them in the freezer. And then once you have a whole bag of vegetable scraps, you can make like a vegetable stock with it. Or if you buy like a rotisserie chicken, you don't throw the bones away. You boil them and you make like a chicken stock.
That's how my grandparents were.
That's what our grandparents used to do. So some angel on there, I should have written down their handle, was saying that if you are doing a celery juice cleanse and you have a lot of celery pulp left over, if you have a dehydrator, or you can do it in the oven on like a high temp for a low amount of time, you can spread the pulp out and season it and make crackers out of it.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And if you have, I think you'd probably need more than celery, but your celery scraps or your juicing pulp, especially if you do like a lot of beets and carrots and like greens, you can keep saving it up, freeze it, thaw it, spread it out, dehydrate it, and then put it in a spice grinder or a food processor, and you can actually make your greens. Like if you're taking like a green supplement, you can just make it. And put it in a jar and scoop it into your smoothies in the morning.
That's a great idea too.
Because those are expensive.
I know. And I take them. I take them every day. That's crazy. When I did it the first time, when I did it real legit, like you're doing it, I haven't done it real legit since the first time. But the first month, I was like, I didn't really feel like I got the benefit that I was looking for. Like I kind of felt like I was feeling a little bit better, but that was like knee deep in like my thyroid. You know, I'd quit all my thyroid meds. We just moved here. Well, we hadn't just moved here, but we were renovating that house up in Macon. And so my gut kind of told me to do it again, you know, and I took 2 weeks off. And when I took that 2 weeks off is when I really noticed like how beneficial it kind of was to me, how my gut felt a lot better. So then when I did it, the second time, I couldn't believe like how much like my thyroid flare-ups had kind of like subsided, and you know what I mean, my gut issues, and you know what I mean, those kind of things. I felt so much better on it. And I did actually end up losing 30 pounds. I wasn't even necessarily dieting, and I just do not lose weight.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's, you know, kind of a cool thing. Have you weighed yourself or anything to see if you've actually lost any weight?
No, I probably need to. I struggle a lot with like weighing myself. It comes with like a lot of like anxiety and like things for me I don't think I've ever even unpacked with you. Weighing myself and changing rooms are like real triggers for me.
Changing rooms are the worst.
I'm so glad you feel that way too, because
what mirrors are they using?
I know.
And what lights are they using?
Yeah.
To where it's like they make you know, Jules is so tiny and perfect and beautiful, and she could look like an ogre in those sometimes. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's just like the cutest, tiniest people can look terrible. So don't beat yourself up.
I know.
I'm like, are you trying to sell these clothes or what?
I mean, I will break out in hives. I will buy something and take it home and try it on,
Yeah.
and then return it if it doesn't fit or I don't like it, or
Yeah.
just give it away. I
Yeah.
will do anything to avoid just trying something on in the changing
Yeah.
room. Yeah, Chris can vouch for it.
This is accurate.
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, I'm excited to see, like, when you take your 2 weeks off and you do the next month. I might join you and do it hardcore with you again
Yeah,
on that month with like the no coffee and the no fat. And
sisters.
celery. I mean, I'll do a celery juice cleanse, but I don't go with the no coffee and all that kind of bologna. I don't do the real bologna.
Yeah, but I have noticed a difference. Like this shirt I'm wearing now, like what was it, last week or the week before? It like stopped at my fupa,
Yeah.
and now I can pull it all the way down past my coochie. Mm-hmm. So that's exciting. It's the little things.
It's the little things in
Coochie
life.
covers. That's a big
Your winky winky.
my winky hoe.
That was such a sweet little blessing.
I know. It's the little things.
It's the little things. Oh my goodness. So we have to talk about Hollywood Horror Nights.
Oh, Halloween Horror Nights.
We need horror nights.
Yes.
Oh, what did I call it? I always call it
Hollywood Horror
always
Nights.
Hollywood. I've been doing that the whole time.
Bob, you think of that Bob Seger song, Hollywood Nights?
I don't even correct you anymore. I'm just like, yep, Hollywood Horror Nights.
Let's get the first letter right.
I would go to that. So if you're unfamiliar with what Halloween Horror Nights is, it is Universal Studios, California and Florida both do it. And you know, Hollywood Studios, yes, is a theme park, but also there are studios there where like TV shows and movies are filmed as well. And so during Halloween Horror Nights, starting like September going through October, the creative studio there will turn all of the studios into haunts that you walk through, kind of like what the Lake Joy Trail of Terror fam does. They do that too. And the prop department for the films creates the sets. The creative team comes up with the storylines, and I think they have like thousands of actors and actresses. There are makeup artists. It's a huge production. So Chris and I have done it a few times. There's a few ways we've done it. So the thing is, you have to pay for your admission to the park, and then you also have to pay for Halloween Horror Nights. It's a like almost kind of like if you did like.
Well, if you do the extra stuff, you got to pay for it. If
Yeah.
you just didn't want to do what we did, the RIP or anything like that, you can just pay the $90 or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, but me and Ren have annual passes, so we don't have to pay for that. We get a free night on select nights.
Yeah, imagine like
Okay,
if you like to go to Disney, it's kind of like doing like Mickey's Not So Scary or the Christmas Party or something like that. And so anyone who's not participating in that in the park leaves the park at a certain time.
5 or something
At
like
5,
that,
and then you go in. There's a few rides open for a certain amount of time. You can go ride, and then you get in line at these haunted houses. So when Chris and I did the first few years, we would just we were young and we were trying to save money and stuff.
We didn't know about the RIP tour then.
We didn't know about RIP. So you have to understand that this is a really popular attraction. It's gotten bigger and bigger every year. I think last year was huge. And I mean, just people that are big into like scary movies and the horror community, they show up and show out. Like like conventions and this, people are big fans of it. We love it. We've gone a few years, but I think it's been going on since like the 90s.
This is like I think it said it was the 34th one. I mean,
Right.
they skipped 2020, obviously, so it probably should be 35 now. I think it's been going on since 1990, but in reality, they had to skip a year, so it's 34, I think is what we saw.
And every year you get lanyards with your pass on it, and the lanyard changes every year.
Yeah.
I can remember doing my first RIP tour, and there were people there that had lanyards from every single year, like
Yeah.
clout, big time. And it gets to the point where there are characters and houses that are from years past that will make comebacks, and like we like going to it, but we're not even that big of a super fan. Where the tour guide will be like, "Hey, if you remember, kooky clowns from the haunted laundromat, and some guy will be like, yeah! And we're like, oh, I don't know what that is. And they're like, well, you pay attention to this house and look around and you might spot a familiar face. And we're like, okay. So, people get really into it.
Yeah. It's a blast. And the RIP tour is something you pay extra for. And when we did our first one maybe 10 years ago, and it was like $300 extra bucks plus the whatever it costs to get in. And what that does is it gives you your own tour guide when a group of about 10 people. I think they
not a private tour.
It's not a private tour. They have private tours, and those are, I don't even want to know how much those cost. But what it does is it lets you don't have to wait in line like a sucker. You get walk to the front of the line, go through the house. They explain the things with the house with you. Then they're waiting. They either go through with you, or they're waiting for you at the end of the house, and they take you to the next one. So it's about 4 hours of doing it, because they give you a couple of breaks, like you go pee and go if you drink. They take you to a bar and you can get something at the bar, water or whatever. So we've always thought it was worth it, because I hate standing in line.
Yeah, just know we save up for this every year. Like, we have to save up for this. It's a big expense. But understand that when and we're going to give you some tips if you don't do the RIP and you're thinking about going this year. We are actually going to give you some really valuable tips that are going to help you all out a lot. But you need to understand the lines at these things for these houses are so long that sometimes you might be in line for, I think the Jason house was an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours. So
there was one that was 190 minutes.
190 minutes. So you have so much time at the park, I think, until like 2 in the morning. So you have to use your time wisely, because you could be in line for almost 2 hours.
That was 3 hours. 190 minutes is 3 hours.
3 hours for one.
Spend your whole time there to get 3 houses done.
Yeah. So we've been a few times, and since doing this podcast, we love like sharing experiences, because Sarah and I, we have a lot in common, but we're also opposites too. So she loves to share new things with me that I haven't experienced. I love to share things with her that she hasn't experienced. And so Halloween Horror Nights was one of those experiences that I wanted to share with her. So we're going to talk about our experiences together. And we're also going to go through each house with y'all. Kind of what we thought. We can kind of maybe rate them. Maybe
The ones we can remember the names of.
maybe 1 to 5, I would say.
Yeah. Everybody's looking at me, so I guess it's my turn to talk.
Well, Sarah's never been before, and Sarah's only been to 2 haunts in general. Both of those have been within the past year. Is that Montrose and then that one in Jacksonville. So we really wanted to make sure Sarah went to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
So we talked her into going.
Yeah. Well, first off, I threw a fit about how expensive it was.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, you were not the only one.
But I am glad we did the RIP tour, because if I had to go through what I went through and stand in line for 3 hours, I would have been really pissed.
There.
For me, I'm not a huge spooky person. I used to love scary movies when I was younger. Love them. I don't know what happened. Becoming a mom kind of took some of that away. And the gore never really bugged me, but as a mom now, and then the gore, I don't know, it just really does bug me a little bit. So I love a good mystery movie. And as they have learned, I love all of the real life horror, like Scream, where things could happen. Those are my favorite movies. All of the fantasy ones that are over the top gory, for some reason, I just don't like. But
Terrifier, not your jam.
Yeah, Terrifier is not my jam. But he did come hang out with us while we were eating, and he is a cute little creature. I will say that. He's got a cute little personality. You
can meet the real one next month.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. For me, my favorite thing is that I got to see Kingston's face light up. That kid used to know how to hack my phone before he could even like speak words. So he knew how to get into my phone with my code. Like from the time he was like a year old on, like he could do it. I mean, it used to blow me away. I was like, what the heck? How's this kid doing this? And he used to sneak and watch Five Nights at Freddy's on my phone when he was like 2 and 3. And it would freak him out. And we'd always be like, buddy, you can't be watching that. You know, it's scaring you. But he would, sure enough, sneak back away with my phone when he'd get a chance. And he would be watching that. So now that he's 15 and he actually got to go through the Five Nights at Freddy house, he lit up like a Christmas tree. That kid was so happy. He wanted to like cry happy tears of joy. That is what made the whole night for me. Yeah. The rest of it, I'm never going back.
And it is a lot. I will tell you, it is a lot of money, and it has gotten, for us, we've got a few years now. It's gotten more expensive every year.
It's like, it was like $450.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean,
and we were on a Sunday,
and that's just Chris and I, and we don't have any kiddos. I can't even imagine if you had like a family and you paid for all of that.
Yeah.
So when we first went, the first year we went for our anniversary one year because we got married on Halloween. And the first year we went, it was incredible. We had this amazing tour guide, an older gentleman, and he'd been working at the park since he was like 19 or 20. And he would take us around and tell us all this cool stuff about the park, the history of it. And even when we were like kind of going from house to house, we could cut through some of the rides. Like we went through Men in Black, and we got to be down on the lower level, like where the aliens are working on, like you see the aliens there at whatever headquarters, and they're working down there. It wasn't turned on, but it was cool to be there. And he was like, "You can't touch anything. We can show you some stuff." And what they do now is you get to go to what's the cafe there?
Well, Cafe La Bamba.
La Bamba, and they have like a meal for you. It's included in your RFP, and it's kind of like almost like a cruise ship buffet situation, and you do get some of like the food items that are on the exclusive menu, so you don't have to wait in line for them. That is cool. We didn't have that first year, and I kind of don't mind that because the food is not bad. It's good, but it's kind of more like charcuterie little things, you know, and there's like a lot of cool restaurants there at the park. And so we would just go on the tour, and part of the thing that we loved is he would like tell us these cool stories, and he was real personable. And because we were cutting through a lot of the rides, there wasn't as much walking. Now you have to kind of like walk all around everything. Yeah. I mean, and it is, and I don't mind walking, but it's a lot of walking.
That is the thing. It's like the price, it's a lot of walking. Mm-hmm. You're herded through there so fast, like you can't even enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
And it's not scary.
Yeah.
Because it's very much so like, unfortunately, like a Disney thing, you know what I mean? Or a Universal thing where it's just very timed out. So my brain picks up on patterns so fast that like it wasn't ever scary for me because I knew exactly what moment they were jumping out. You know what I mean? And I can almost time perfectly walking past all of every single one. So I think I only got caught in like 2 jump scares because I can time out. Like I could slow down or walk faster. I knew exactly when they were going to come out. You know what I mean? And I only allowed myself, that first one caught me off guard. The second one, I only allowed it because I was like, I want to experience like at least having somebody come at me. Like how close are they going to come at me? So for me, it's not my jam.
Yeah, no, and I respect that. Like that where I am is like, I know your first time, it's never like the first time, and we're always honest with y'all, so we're going to tell you our honest opinions. Yeah. I feel like for me personally, because we actually requested that tour guide the next year, and he wasn't there.
Yeah,
and we're like, oh, you know what I mean? And I don't know if they did a rotation through or what happened. We don't know, but we feel like the price has gotten higher and higher every year, but you're given less and less. Like, right. I feel like if I would have gotten really good value for my money, I think it would be worth it, but it's like kind of like now you're just paying for the convenience of not being in line, and it's a lot of money for that.
So other ways to cheat the line.
We're just letting y'all know we love it. If you haven't gone, you need to go at least once, especially if you love horror, especially if you love haunted houses and rides. But we're just saying, you know, we're avid haunted house people, and we're on the fence about whether we're going to do it again next year.
Yeah,
just because it is so expensive.
If you love it and this is your jam, like, do it. You got to do it. You know what I mean? Like, and even if it's not even a thing that you feel like, I'm glad I experienced it. You know what I mean? Now I know what it's like.
Yeah.
Will I do it again?
Yeah.
No.
I'm just kidding. And then for people are like, I cannot do the RIP, I cannot swing it. We are here for you. Chris and I, we were young and in our 20s at one point in time, and we couldn't have swinged it either, you know. And we've always been savers, but we're like really diligent about saving now. So here's a cool thing you can do. If you get to the Halloween Horror Nights, the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to go all the way, get there early as soon as they can open the doors, and you're going to go all the way to the back. Just go to the back and get started there and start working your way up. Or get in line. What's the house you want to go to? What's number one for you? Go get in line right away. Don't do what the herd is doing, where they're going left to right and just doing each house as they come, because you're going to lose valuable time. If you have a season pass to Universal,
you could stay in when they close the park. And they also, if you bought a ticket to regular Universal for that day, you could stay. Or now they're selling, it's called Stay and Scream. You could, I don't know how much it costs, but you can buy that and you can just go in the park early. Like, I think they started doing it at 3:00 this year was what I heard. And they start opening up the houses a lot earlier for those people. And you can knock a lot out that way too. Knock some out. You can get, there's fast passes. They're expensive, but not expensive as RIP.
But I think doesn't your season pass turn into an express
not
pass?
For Halloween Horror Nights
At a certain night?
Not for Halloween Horror Nights. No, like during the day, 4:00 during the day in a regular park.
So you could get there early, buy an express pass, and they say, okay, your express pass doesn't kick in until whatever o'clock.
If you buy a normal one, it'll kick in whenever.
Right.
If you buy, we've done it where we've done that Stay and Scream, and we've did those ones in the back, knocked them out, bought a fast pass for after 11 when it was like half price. Went, pooted around, got dinner,
rode some rides,
rode some regular rides,
chilled out,
came back at 11, knocked the other 5 out in like an hour and a half.
And we were able to see all the houses that way. And if you're on a budget, that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, but now you can just probably go and do the fast pass if you want to put that money towards that and just knock it out before 8, 9 o'clock, be done. You don't have to stay there 2 o'clock in the morning if you don't want to.
Right.
Which, that is a long time. That's a long time.
So we're going to go through the houses real quick, and we're going to kind of tell each of you like what we thought about them for this year. So this is for 2025, and there were 10 houses. So the first one we're going to talk about is Five Nights at Freddy's. If you're familiar with this IP, that was a video game and has now turned into a movie franchise with the second edition of the movie coming out. So, can you survive Five Nights at Freddy's? Get ready for the night watch at a creepy abandoned pizzeria where nothing is what it seems, and possessed animatronics are lurking.
Yeah.
And we learned from our RIP tour guide that the animatronics in this ride were actually created by Jim Henson's Creature Studio. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah.
They look really good.
Yeah, they were good.
It was really good.
That was really cool. They there's a scene when you walk in where they're all on stage, kind of like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
And they're playing the music, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
And when you walk in, it almost looks like you're walking. You walk into the studio, and you walk into the entrance, and the entrance looks just like the pizzeria on the front.
Yeah, we don't want to give too much away because we don't.
Yeah,
we want
just, like, just like it did in the movie, basically. But it's really good looking out.
Yeah.
Okay, don't give too much away. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, only because we want, if they're going to experience it.
Oh, that's
we want
true.
them to be. I mean, I already with my brain, it wasn't as thrilling because I could predict the rhythm, so it was not fun to me. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Don't be shaking your head at
Count
me.
guards is frowned upon.
Well, what did y'all think about that one? Did you guys like that one?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the better. That's one of the better ones. Best looking house, I'd say, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause when you get Jim Henson stuff behind it, of course, it's going to be that way. So
Yeah.
best looking house. I don't know if it's my favorite, but probably top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
4, yeah.
I agree to that.
Yeah.
I agree too. I would definitely say like that was probably like a 4 out of 5 for
It was
me.
Kingston's favorite for sure.
It brought tears to Kingston.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was Sarah plays this game called What Were the Highs and Lows of the Day when we're like leaving an event or like a trip.
Yeah.
And that was definitely my high. It's just watching Kingston go through that. I mean, he was lit up like a Christmas tree.
That was my high too. I was
He had,
behind him.
he had a busy weekend that weekend. Got in his first real mosh pit.
Yeah.
And then that. He had quite the weekend.
Chris was giving him all of these little things that most teenagers want. As far as like concerts and mosh
get the mosh
pits.
pit,
And
just be careful. I got to take you home to your mom in one piece.
The next one is The Horrors of the Wyatt Six. Fear is the main event here. Go head to head with the Wyatt Six as they lure you through the ominous doorway.
that was
to
the
their
stinky one.
That was it a stinky one?
The one that stunk,
That was
wasn't
the
it?
wrestling one.
No, it was the Western one that stunk really bad. Remember? It stunk so
that
bad.
that wasn't the Wyatt
This
Six
is,
one. This is the WWE one.
The WWE one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I cannot keep them straight. I don't even remember this one.
It is a blur, isn't it? Because there's a lot.
I honestly, the night of, we kept saying we went through it, and I was like, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
like the second house we went through or
I
something?
think it was the second one we went
Yeah.
to. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And I don't remember it at all.
Okay, so it didn't leave an impression.
No.
Okay, so that's good to know for the score.
Yeah. As a I don't watch WWE that much anymore because it's just so corporate, but that's a whole nother story.
But as
That's
a
on
big
my,
wrestling
my
fan,
side podcast I'm doing. I'm just kidding. It was a good looking house, had a lot of cool little things, that I understood, but like somebody who doesn't watch wrestling, probably like Sarah, I guess, you don't watch wrestling, really, do you? Or haven't in a while?
Yeah, I haven't in a while.
Yeah,
my ex used to watch it all the time, so I would watch
it's
it.
going to be lost on somebody who has no knowledge of WWE in the past 5 years.
it's a beautiful tribute to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, the wrestler who passed away and all that. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah,
But again, like you're saying, if you aren't aware, you
aren't aware. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like
That wasn't the Spanish looking house, was it?
no, that was the first one we did.
Oh,
I
that
believe,
one.
yeah.
We're about to get that one. That was cool.
Okay.
We're getting that one soon. Okay. The next one is Terrifier. The Terrifier isn't clowning around. Try your luck against Art the Clown in the Terrifier Funhouse. You'll witness his grotesque handiwork of torture and be exposed to the splatter of his victims. It's a whole new level of gore, which Terrifier is they privately produced and made. Is it Damien
Leone.
Yeah,
is
which
his name.
for a private horror movie did incredibly well, and I think now it has 3.
3 for the fourth one coming next
The
year.
fourth one coming next year. So he's kind of an iconic black and white clown. And the actor that plays him is a trained mime. And they're pretty intense horror movies. If you're not a horror fan,
they're unrated.
Yeah,
to
but
tell you anything.
I have not seen any.
yeah,
And I don't plan to.
No, don't worry, you don't have to watch it. But
Like
this
my marathon,
character is
damn it.
iconic. Like we've seen videos of people, and even while we were there, see people that literally turn into a child when they meet him, get emotional. I love you so much. Like people really connect to this character.
And the people who are playing him at the park, obviously, it's not the guy, David Howard Thornton, playing him, obviously, but the people who do it are freaking amazing at it.
Oh,
If you did, I mean, you would think it was the real guy, but so they're doing great.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, he didn't kill anybody at the park that we know of.
He's cute. He's a happy little clown. He's just a happy
Sarah
little
was
guy.
a little nervous to get a picture with him. You'll see some pictures when this episode drops.
Yeah,
We'll put
we're
it
gonna
out
post
around
some
the episode. So yeah.
Photos and
I was
videos.
just afraid he was going to be stinky, if I'm going to be honest. I was like,
Well, he's stinky in the movie.
In the movies, they say
that's
stinks.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And that's what Kingston said.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I had to get close. I was like, do I have to get close to him?
And he's
You
got
know my nose issues.
I mean, serial killers don't really shower in these movies.
Yeah.
Is Jason going to take Michael Myers going to take a bath after November
Right.
1st?
Right.
You know?
Right.
and they got them black. He's got the black teefies. You
Yeah,
know.
you know, I mean, Jason's just like a rotting zombie at a certain point. So yeah, you know, like I figured you'd smell
was-
them coming.
it
Like,
was
they're
a
coming, we
neat-
gotta go.
yeah.
I smell them.
His house was neat though. It was definitely animated, and you are getting like the experience of like the splashes and things like that. You know what I mean? So
There's a wet and
splash
dry.
zone.
There's a wet path and a dry path you can go down.
And I don't know how, but we ended up going into. Did you plan it?
Oh, you could choose. You could choose.
We didn't. They can give us a choice.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Oh well, I didn't get to pick.
You just followed the herd and went through the wet path.
I went through the.
That's the best path to go on. I heard it's nothing different really in the other one. So
Yeah.
if you don't want to get any kind of wet per se, you're not.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: you're not going to get drenched.
No, you're not going to get wet.
So
It wasn't bad.
But that was a really good house. As a fan of the movies, I mean, me and Ren discovered that first movie on Netflix somehow, and we were like, "This movie rules."
It was. I mean, I love special effects. I love trying to. If I was not an esthetician, I would either work in a mortuary because I mean, same clients, they just don't move around a lot as much, or I would be doing special effects makeup. And I love special effects makeup. And that movie is, I mean, you want to talk about like sitting there just trying to figure out how they did that. Like it is.
There was a lot of girls in my beauty school that they were in cosmetology or the aesthetics program, and then they ended up going into special effects.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love
There's
it.
a lot, at least 6.
Nice. That's awesome. We do an episode with them. Reach out. Next one is Jason's Universe. We all know Jason from the Friday the 13th franchise. Evil doesn't stay dead. The iconic horror villain Jason Voorhees is coming for you. Step into his terrifying world from his sinister shack in the woods to summer camp where it all began.
I thought they did a really good job with that one. I've watched all of the Jason movies with Kingston. That's like one of his favorites. And I thought they did a really good job just incorporating all of the different Jasons, especially there at the end where there was just like one Jason after the next popping up.
Yeah, there's a lot of good jump scares in that part because they would do almost like I don't want to say, but there's a lot. And you see pretty much every incarnation of Jason.
You see every single one.
I think so. 'Cause I missed Sackhead Jason, but they was there apparently because there's a lot going on. And sometimes you just miss things with the timing and all that. So as a big Friday the 13th fan, I thought it was really cool. That and Terrifier are probably my favorites. So yeah, it was cool. I mean,
Jason was my favorite.
Yeah, I wish they would have played the Alice Cooper song in it. But
There's some really
whatever.
cool sets, like midway through the house, there's some amazingly done sets. Like you really are transported somewhere else. It's really cool.
Transported to Crystal Lake.
I mean, that's what I felt was the most magical is it was very transitional with that one. And I liked that part of it, you know.
I agree with that.
You know, all the other ones, it was like once you saw the first little bit, you're kind of still rolling with the same kind of theme, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with that one, it was just like you literally like, I mean, you walked out that one and it was like you could almost feel like the humidity when you were by the camp lake, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just like, what? And the smells, you know what I mean?
It smelled like you were out in the woods. It was really cool.
Yeah. So they did a good job with that.
They did.
That was a real good one.
All right. Then we have Fallout, which Fallout, y'all know, was a famous video game IP turned into a movie. Turned into a TV show. So, Fallout, the vaults can't save you now. Face your fears in post-apocalyptic LA. Escape from the vaults to the wasteland and confront the formidable bounty hunter, the Ghoul.
Yeah, that one was really good. I was kind of wishing, kind of like how we were talking about with the Jason, it was more transitional as far as like they do go out in the desert and stuff like that. You know, they didn't have any desert scenes or anything.
Yeah.
And that would have been a great opportunity to kind of get like how they did in Jason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this
but
one
it was still really good.
It was good. I wouldn't say it was scary. It's honestly more of like an experience versus a haunted house to me.
Yeah, that one was not scary.
If you're a fan of the show, you'll love it because they recreate these iconic sets and scenes. But I wouldn't necessarily say it was scary.
I
No.
wouldn't either. I never watched the show, so a lot of it was lost on me. Not that I have no problem watching the show. I just haven't done it. But I mean, it looked good.
Yeah.
But yeah, not scary. I mean, it's one of the bottom level ones for me, I'd say.
Sarah and I have seen the show and we like it. We would recommend it. Like, I know a lot of people don't have time to get into a scripted series show, but this is definitely one that it's very well written.
Yeah.
The characters are like, the character arcs on the characters are so good. You want to watch the next episode because you're like, I want to know more about this character.
Well, and it feels like real life.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the reason why I like watching anything that like feels like real life, because in my mind it kind of helps prep my brain as to how I would handle a situation like that.
Yes.
I don't have time to be playing around with anything else. I just don't have a lot of time. So the rest of it,
important to have a lot of time.
I'm not so important. I'm just so on my own. I don't know how else to say it.
And then my favorite haunted houses that Universal Studios does, and they didn't do it this year, unfortunately, but this house is going to tell you why. They'll do this thing sometimes where they'll have the creative team come up with these like fake movie posters and like trailers for the movies, and you'll walk through them, and you're walking through each scene is basically a trailer for this fake movie, and they're freaking hysterical. Like, they're some of my favorites, and some of them are like so iconic and just so funny, and they'll end up having t-shirts for the houses, and you'll see people, you know, wanting to wear the t-shirts. But if you can imagine, what was that movie, Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
All will be carved. What was that? It's like a.
That was a fake trailer in the Grindhouse.
Yes,
movie.
if you all have seen Grindhouse, and they have like the fake movie trailers, and they're hysterical. Okay, imagine a haunted house that's that. It's amazing. So this is Hatchet and Chains Demon Bounty Hunter. They're the outlaws from hell. In this old west town, all hell is breaking loose. Red hot lava demons are trying to possess everyone, melting everything in their path. Your only hope? Hatchet and Chains with their mystical weapons. So what this house was is they took one of these fake movie trailers and made it an entire haunted house.
Was that the stinky one?
That one was the stinky one. Yeah.
And it was kind of Western,
Yeah,
sort
it was
of
super creative.
And I guess they're two brothers, and they fight demons, and one uses a hatchet and the other one uses chains. It's pretty self-explanatory.
And you can hear the chains the whole entire time.
But we heard that when people said it was stinky, and it was stinky, but we heard apparently when they did the preview nights that it was so stinky, people were complaining, and they actually had to turn it down.
Dang, because it was still pretty darn stinky.
It smelled like cow patty, hot car city.
I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a country girl, so I like myself some horse poop or cow poop. It doesn't bug me at all. But that was not that.
We're going to clip that part. All right, got it.
I love it. That was great.
Kingston, we're going to need you to do this.
All about you. All right, next one is Dolls Let's Play Dead. Welcome to her toy box of terror. You're about to become doll-sized and witness the unnatural creations of a twisted little girl. You'll be haunted by burnt fashion dolls, toys she's melded together, and undead horrors in her dollhouse.
Undead whores.
Horrors. Horror.
The horse.
Wait, what?
The horror.
The house of horrors and the house of horrors.
That one was really creative. They did some creative stuff with it. You know?
Pretty creepy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
know if it was
creepy.
scary, but it was creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are like clowns and dolls kind of creep. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not personally creeped out by it, but it's just, I can see where it's really creepy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all right. Grave of Flesh, your dead meat. Welcome to your funeral, where things are about to go from bad to worse. You'll enter your grave, and then the underworld, where flesh eaters who feed on the dead will haunt you for all eternity.
I vaguely remember this one.
I know. This one didn't leave much of an impression on me.
Wait, is this the first one we went through?
No, that was this castle, the thing, right?
These were...
That was like the third one.
This is like they're taking you into the cemetery because you've passed away.
Oh,
And then it turns
that
out
one.
there's like some sort of like a parasite that like
Yeah.
eats you.
That
I
one
don't
was
know.
okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a creative concept.
Yeah, it
but
was
I wouldn't-
creative.
It wasn't really scary.
Yeah, it smelled good. Because
Yeah.
they had that.
Smelled good.
Yeah. Well, they had that flower.
Yeah.
And it smelled really good.
Well, 10 houses are not all going to be the greatest house in the world. I mean, that's like that every year. So some are better than others. It's just the way it is.
That was that secret theme our tour guy was talking about, right? Like the
Yeah, they were all after a certain flower.
Yeah.
They were all flowers this year.
Yeah, they
for
named,
their code
they
names.
code names of the
Yeah.
houses.
And then
yeah.
they put, like, they were all, I thought the smells were all from a different, various flowers too.
probably
I can't remember, but
Yeah.
maybe. I think that Chains one was the winky hole smell.
the name of this episode is Winky Hole.
All right, the next is Galkin, Monsters of the North. Call forth a legion of terrors. In a remote remote northern village, a wicked being rises from the dead, bringing a horde of monsters and demons from the forge to wreak havoc on the townspeople. Try to escape the belly of the beast.
That was by far the prettiest set.
That was
That
your
was
favorite,
nice.
I think.
It was the prettiest. It was definitely the
It
prettiest.
was the best of the original
Yeah.
non-IP houses for sure. I think. Yeah.
It
It was
pulled-
so pretty.
It
The
was.
characters were very pretty.
Yes, it pulled a lot from like Nordic folklore, and you can kind of see like a lot of like sort of these old traditions of images and things that you've seen in like folklore books and stuff.
I was only disappointed because she said, "This is the coldest house. If you're ready to cool down, come in here." And I'm like, "Why is it still hot as hell in here?"
right.
That's the person who's always cold.
Yes,
I know I'm cold right now.
but it was beautiful, and I think it was like based on like there was a sorceress or something, and the townspeople were afraid of her, so they ended up like coming after her and killing her, and she came back with like a vengeance, kind of the idea of it. But it was very, especially towards the end, it was a menagerie of just like colors, and beautiful and really vibrant. It was very pretty. Okay. All right. This is the one you were you were talking about, Sarah. El Artista, a Spanish haunting.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Or Maestro del Arte y del Terror. I apologize for butchering that pronunciation. In 19th century Spain, a tortured artist moves to an isolated country manor to seek inspiration. Instead, the art comes alive and possesses him. You're about to be part of a permanent exhibition. This one I think was one of my favorites. It takes place in kind of like a beautiful
Like a
haunted,
villa.
if you can imagine a haunted villa, like a Spanish villa. The set design in this thing was amazing, and I'm only going to give one thing away because I don't want y'all to miss it when you go through. I like grabbed Sarah and I was like, look. So they did this cool old school projection trick where they projected a woman in white and she was lit up by a black light, and then she had like a fan, I guess, kind of blowing her dress. But when it was projected onto the mirror on the other side, it looks like she was floating through the walls and you couldn't see her feet, and it was so freaking cool. So that was like one of the coolest effects I saw, and it was like just an old school Hollywood effect.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one. That was the first one we did, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got a really cool storytelling too. You're kind of following it through, and it makes sense. And that are our houses.
Those are
That was
houses.
it. Yeah.
And it had a couple scare zones, but we don't want to spoil the scare zones.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. We don't want to spoil any of it, really, you know.
But if you go, let us know in the comments of this episode or whatever, and we'd love to hear what you have to say about it.
And if you want to request our tour guide,
I can't remember her name, but she was great.
yeah, we'll
Macy.
put it. Macy.
Yeah, she was super
Macy.
cute
Macy.
and
RIP to
popular.
Macy, yeah.
Everybody loved her.
She
So.
was very
But she
nice.
was such a sweetheart.
I loved her. Will we survive? I don't know. That was so cute. I don't know. Every time it was so adorable. I loved it.
She, if
we gonna make it through? I don't know.
I don't
if
know.
if we do RIP again, we'll try to remember to ask for her because she was great.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
Super cute.
Yeah, but they also have a show that you can do at Halloween Horror Nights, and it comes with the RIP tour, but it's not the best thing in the world. It's
Well,
always
you're not really into like you're not.
But
in,
yeah, but it's the same thing every year. It's like, oh, the world, we're in a post-apocalyptic world, and we're going to save it with dance.
also, the fact that it used to be Bill
But
and
it's fire
Ted's.
dancing.
What's that?
It's fire dancing.
Yeah, I don't know. But it
Like
used to
we
be
didn't watch it because we were all done and tired, but it was actually the one part of the show I wish I would have done. You know, I
Yeah.
was like, dang it.
Well, you could have went. I would have went. I'll let
Well, we
you
were all like
guys.
Kingston. I mean, when you have your teenager being like, "Are we done yet?" It's like, okay,
It's fun, but
We
it,
need to wrap this up.
wears you out.
Yeah.
And those seats are so uncomfortable.
And the
in
fact that
that
it used to be
too.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, like that makes it hard too.
I know it was so fun when it was Bill and Ted.
I
and they
know,
stopped
it's such a
doing
good
that.
show. I really think that was gone too soon because that came back around. It was really big. Like
Yeah.
after it was gone, it's
If
kind of
it
like
came back around again,
the
it'd still be
Jaws
big.
ride. They got rid of the Jaws ride, and now like look at like Jaws is coming back around. It's more popular than ever.
Jaws is always around.
All right, guys, I got to wrap this up because Jordan texted he's making dinner tonight. He wants his mommy home.
Oh, that's so cool,
I know.
Jordan.
Jordan, what's his mommy?
Yeah.
Aw, that's so sweet. I love your son is making you dinner.
I know.
That's
I
so
know.
cool.
Yeah, he's done this a couple times, so I'm like, he's
Okay,
all
Jordan.
excited. He's like, "Are you coming home? I'm trying to make dinner and I want to eat with you." I'm like, "Okay, I'm
Aw.
coming. I'm coming."
Did he make enough for Ren and Chris?
Oh my
didn't
gosh. We'll be fine. But Jordan, if you're hearing this,
Yeah. Where's our dinner, man?
yeah, you could feed us anytime.
Hey, I've been cooking dinner for a family since I was 12. So how old am I now? 45. I did take 2 years off, but that's like 30 years of cooking dinner for families.
Yeah.
And to actually have somebody be like, "I'm cooking you dinner." I don't even know how to
What
act.
a gift. Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, like I said, I really didn't get very many dinners cooked for me from the time I was 12
I mean,
on.
it's
So
such a sweet gift. Like, that's such a cool gesture, for anybody.
If we were good cooks, we'd cook you dinner, but yeah, we'll just take you out to dinner.
I can work in the microwave.
I don't eat food out of a microwave, so there's that.
I don't either, but I know how to work it.
But Jordan did hang my microwave. See, I got a hung microwave and I'm getting dinner cooked, so I'm
There you go.
excited.
Gotta test it out.
Hung microwave.
Awesome.
All right, guys, and with that, that's a wrap.